The first batch of this brand new electric dirt bike already sold out before most people even got to see it.
No way!
And after testing the brand new Happyrun G18 Pro for the past few days, I think I understand why. This thing packs a massive 4,500 watt motor, full suspension, aggressive dirt bike styling, and enough power to honestly surprise me the very first time I hit the throttle. So today, we're going to fully test the Happyrun G18 Pro to see if this electric dirt bike is actually worth all the hype.
What's going on, guys? This is Daddy O from the O Family channel, and today we're checking out something pretty crazy.
What is it?
The brand new Happyrun G18 Pro electric dirt bike.
Okay.
Now, we worked with Happyrun in the past, and honestly, we've always had a great experience with their bikes. So when they reached out again about this new G18 Pro, we were definitely excited to put it to the test. And if you're new here, we do e-bike reviews, family vlogs, product reviews, and fun challenges.
Is that so?
So make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. But today, it's all about speed, power, suspension, and that aggressive electric dirt bike look. So before we take this thing out for a real ride test, let's start from the very beginning with the unboxing and assembly. Let's get to it. Alright, as usual, let's cut this open. This is a very heavy duty box, which Happyrun does a great job packaging. As expected, it's very well packaged here.
Right away, you can see Happyrun did a really good job with the packaging. The bike is covered really well with styrofoam all around, so nothing is moving around too much during shipping, and the main parts are protected nicely. Let's cut a little more of this open and see what we're working with.
A few moments later.
And man, I'm already loving the look of this bike. That aggressive frame, the black color, the Happyrun logo, and the G18 graphic on the frame all look really sharp.
Nice.
It definitely has that electric dirt bike attitude right out of the box. Inside, we've got the front tire with those deep groove knobby treads, so you already know this thing is built for some off-road fun. We've also got the front fender, the kickstand that we'll have to install, the big rear shock absorber, and the headlight. Inside this smaller styrofoam box, Happyrun included the toolkit, left and right pedals, a key lock chain, the LCD display, control buttons, and the NFC card. We also have the rear fender, the front brake rotor that we'll need to install on the front wheel, and if you've built a Happyrun bike before, you already know they usually have you install that part yourself. Then we've got the charger, and they even included an air pump. I probably won't be using it, but hey, it's still nice that they threw it in the box, and that's pretty much everything included. So now that we've got all the parts laid out, let's get this G18 Pro put together. Now it's time to get this G18 Pro put together. First, I'm installing the brake rotor onto the front wheel using the small rotor bolts. Make sure these are tightened evenly, because this is obviously an important part of your braking setup. Next, I'm getting the rear shock absorber installed. I'm removing the temporary metal support bar, lining up the shock, sliding it into place, and tightening it down on both sides. Once the rear shock is locked in, I'm installing the kickstand on the left side of the rear frame with the two small screws. Now we can move on to the front wheel. I'm loosening the Velcro strap, removing the temporary metal spacer, and carefully sliding the front wheel into place. You want to make sure the brake rotor lines up right between the brake pads before sliding the front through axle through. Once the axle is in, I'm tightening it down, giving the wheel a quick spin to make sure nothing is rubbing, and then tightening the axle pinch bolts on both sides of the front fork. Next up is the handlebar. I'm loosening the clamp, setting the handlebar into position, putting the clamp back on, and tightening everything down. This is where you want to adjust the angle to whatever feels comfortable for you. After that, I'm installing the headlight by opening the metal clamp, positioning it where I want it, and tightening it down. For the rear fender, I'm loosening the screw underneath the seat, lifting the seat slightly, sliding the rear fender into place, and securing it underneath. Then I'm installing the front fender by loosening the screw on the front fork, lining up the fender, and tightening it back down. Now for the pedals, the right pedal goes on clockwise and the left pedal goes on counterclockwise. Next, I'm mounting the display in the center of the handlebar. I'm loosening the screws so I can open the bracket, placing it over the handlebar, tightening it down, and adjusting the screen angle so it's easy to see while riding. Then I'm installing the control buttons on the handlebar the same way, loosen the screw, position it where it feels natural, and tighten it back down. And finally, I'm plugging in the wires for the display controls and the headlight, making sure everything is connected properly. And just like that, the Happyrun G18 Pro is fully assembled and ready for the first ride.
Alright, so after putting everything together, just take a look at this bike.
Wow.
It has a slim frame, but at the same time, it looks aggressive, mean, and ready to take on some rough roads. It only comes in this black color, but honestly, I love it. It gives the G18 Pro that stealthy ultra dirt bike look. Now let's talk about what this thing is packing, because this is where it gets pretty serious. The Happyrun G18 Pro comes with a 3000 watt motor with 4500 watt peak power and 134 newton meters of torque. So this is definitely not your average casual e-bike. This thing is built for power and acceleration. Top speed is rated up to 38 miles per hour, which is still crazy fast for this style of bike. Of course, speed can depend on rider weight, terrain, battery level, and riding conditions. For the battery, you're getting a 60 volt 35 amp hour battery. Happyrun says it can get up to 75 miles of range depending on how you ride. If you're heavy on the throttle, that range is going to be lower, but having a battery this size is definitely a big plus. It comes with a 67.2 volt 3.7 amp charger, and charging time is around 6 to 8 hours. For stopping power, you're getting hydraulic disc brakes with 180 millimeter rotors, which is exactly what you want on a bike this heavy and this powerful. You also get full suspension with a hydraulic front fork and a rear spring shock absorber. So this bike is made to handle bumps, grass, trails, and rough roads way better than a regular hardtail e-bike. The tires are 19 inches in the front and 17 inches in the rear, and they are pro off-road tires, so it really gives the bike that dirt bike stance and feel.
Cool.
Well, this one didn't come with the user manual, but looks like you have to scan the QR code to download the user manual. Guess they're trying to save paper. Okay. Anyways, let me rip this off. And you're also getting smart full color display.
Nice.
With the NFC Unlock, which is really cool feature, and I'm definitely curious to see if Happyrun improved the screen brightness this time, especially in direct sunlight, because that's something that matters when you're actually riding outside. It also has a half twist throttle, 5-level power delivery. For rider size, Happyrun recommends riders from 5'3" to 6'5". I'm about 5'10". For me, it feels comfortable, but if you're around 5'7" or under, just keep in mind the seat height is 33.1 inches, so it might feel a little tall. The bike weighs about 119 pounds and the max load capacity is 350 pounds. So yes, it's a heavy bike, but with a 60 volt 35 amp hour battery, full suspension, and this much power, that's expected. So overall, spec wise, this thing is looking serious. But specs are one thing. Now let's take this thing out and see how it actually rides. Before we take it out for a spin, let me show you a few button functions to turn it on. Here are the buttons on the right side. We got the power button, plus and minus button for paddle assist. You hold the power button for a few seconds, the screen turns on. I do notice the difference between this screen and the other models. This screen is much brighter compared to the other screen they had in the past. So this is a big improvement. So it is asking for NFC card. Press against it. Now it's turned on, nice and bright. Now on the left side, it shows the pedal assist 0. You push the plus button, goes all the way up to pedal assist 5. And we got the speedometer, 0 miles per hour. And this is the battery voltage. And on the bottom, it shows the trip mileage, single trip mileage. And on the right side, it shows the battery power. Right now, it's full power. I charged it overnight. And let me show you guys. Press the power button and shows the different info, average miles, your ride, And this is the odometer. It's got 0 miles at the moment, brand new bike. And that's pretty much it. On the left side, we do have turn signal. Here's a turn signal, but it does not show on the screen. As you can see on the back side, there is left turn signal, and here is a right turn signal. The right turn signal, it's on. And also right here underneath, there is a horn button. It's nice and loud. If you hold the plus button on the right side, that should turn on the headlight. There you go. And this is nice and bright headlight.
Sun's shining on me.
And here's a tail light, and here's a brake light.
Nice.
Here's a front brake, here's a rear brake, and here's a twist throttle. And that's pretty much it. And let's take this out for a spin. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start with the pedal assist 1. Let's see here how fast this is gonna go. The bike is so comfortable. Once you sit down, it feels like hugging you. So using pedal assist 1, lightly pedaling, it's going about 9 miles per hour. At the moment, it is super quiet. Man, this bike feels so comfortable. Just as soon as you sit down, the suspension does the work. It kind of sinks and you feel like you're low to the ground. Let's do pedal assist 2. Oh yeah, the motor is kicking in more. Going about 14. Brake is good. Still in pedal assist 2. 15, 16. Let me do a pedal assist 3. Oh yeah. Bigger boost. Going about 22 miles per hour. That was a big difference from pedal assist 2 to pedal assist 3. Pedal assist 4. 23, 25, 27, 28.
Nice.
Let me do pedal assist 5, the highest it'll go. Man, this bike is bouncy. I like it. Ooh, torque is great. I love the new screen here. I can clearly see how fast I'm going. Let's see, 28. All right, let me go this way. Still in pedal assist 5, using the paddles. 30, 31, going uphill a little bit. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Wow. 38, just like it says. Woo! Man, it's so comfortable. Surprisingly, dirt bike like this is super quiet. Even though this is a heavy bike, it doesn't feel that way. It feels light. That's a big plus. And it's easy to maneuver, super comfortable. All right, so pedal assist 5. Let me try the twist throttle now. Oh, yeah. Great torque. Instantly 20 miles per hour already. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
Whoa.
Woo. Man, this is fun. Ride a bike like this, super comfortable. Obviously, we gotta test out this bumpy roads and hills here. Looks like they did mow the grass, so it's not gonna be as grassy as before, but we'll check it out.
Honestly, this is where the Happyrun G18 Pro really started to shine. The combination of the power, suspension, and aggressive dirt bike design just makes this bike so much fun to ride. Out here riding through the grass, bumps, rough terrain, and hills. The suspension is doing an amazing job soaking everything up. There were honestly moments where I almost forgot how rough the terrain even was because the bike stayed so comfortable the entire time. And that's what really surprised me about the G18 Pro. Usually with bikes that have this much power, the ride can feel rough or overly stiff, but this thing actually feels smooth, planted, and really confidence inspiring. And once you hit that throttle, this bike has more than enough power to give you that exciting thrill ride feeling. At the same time though, it's also comfortable enough where I could honestly see myself using this for everyday riding, cruising around town, commuting, trail riding, or just going out for fun rides like this. And honestly, this is one of those bikes where the longer you ride it, the more fun it gets. Between the suspension, the power, the riding position, and the overall comfort, the G18 Pro really gives you that electric dirt bike experience while still being enjoyable to ride for long periods of time. This thing just makes you want to keep riding.
Alright, so after spending some time test riding the Happyrun G18 Pro, I honestly came away really impressed with how this bike feels. So let's go over some pros and cons, and remember, no bike is going to be perfect for everybody. Everyone's riding style, needs, and preferences are different. So this is just my personal opinion after testing the bike.
Okay.
So starting with the con, honestly, I'm kind of nitpicking here. The biggest thing is definitely the weight. At around 119 pounds, this is not a lightweight bike. So if you're planning to constantly load it into a truck or transport it around all the time, just keep that in mind. Honestly, once you actually start riding it, that weight almost works it in its favor because the bike feels planted, stable, and really solid. And it doesn't feel heavy when you start riding it actually. Now let's talk about the pros, because there are definitely a lot of them. The first thing that stood out to me was the comfort. The moment you sit down on this bike, it almost feels like the bike is hugging you. You can immediately feel that rear suspension working, and overall this is honestly one of the most comfortable electric dirt bikes or e-bikes I personally tested.
Is that so?
The suspension setup really does a great job soaking up bumps, rough roads, grass, and uneven terrain. And combined with the power this bike has, it just makes the ride extremely fun. This thing feels built for off-roading, trails, rougher terrain. There were times where I honestly forgot how bumpy the road even was because the suspension was handling it so well. And I can seriously see myself riding this thing for hours off-road without feeling uncomfortable. Power is there, the suspension is there, the comfort is there, the bike just gives you that fun electric dirt bike experience every time you hit the throttle. So overall, I definitely understand why the first batch of these sold out so quickly. Huge thanks again to Happyrun for sponsoring today's video and sending out the new G18 Pro for us to test out. And if you guys want to check it out for yourselves, I'll have the affiliated link and discount code down below in the description so you guys can save some money, and it also help support the channel, which we really appreciate.
Thank you!
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell for more e-bike reviews, family adventures, and fun videos coming soon. And let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of Happyrun G18 Pro? And would you actually take this thing off-roading?
Maybe.
I know I would. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.